What's up, clean freaks and sterile processing universe? It's Hank Balch here on International Beyond Clean Day, the first annual International Beyond Clean Day, September 1st, 2022. And boy, oh boy, have we got an announcement for you. I know there's a lot of stuff going on today. It's our 5-year anniversary of Beyond Clean. We got a lot of other cool goodies, announcements. We're giving a big giveaway, but this may be the biggest announcement of the day. And to help me with this very unique, awesome partnership and opportunity announcement is Rob Firstman. Rob, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, and in particular your skill set in the education space, because anyone who knows about Beyond Clean, we were born out of education for education, so I cannot wait to talk about this. But yeah, who are you and what do you do?
Thank you, Hank. So again, a little bit about me. I've been in corporate education going on a little longer than 7 years of a 22-year career. In the last few years, we've been helping healthcare systems to solve what's commonly referred to as allied health challenges. A couple of years back, certain regional healthcare systems, some large, some small, some intermediate, and even urgent cares and operating centers, identified needs within the sterile processing space where they were having trouble getting talent to come in and getting talent, early stage talent, to stay. And we really thought through that, and we thought, hey, as educators, what do we do beyond providing education? And over the years, we've cultivated a system where we seek to first understand what the real underlying challenge is, and then we leverage our expertise to help solve, not just through education, sometimes it's through recruiting models, and sometimes it's through helping identify talent that you want to stick, but mostly we help people achieve an outcome. And our belief really is, my belief really is, if you have a team, each member of that team plays a critical role, and we want to help everybody to go forward, and that's really what we do.
And so, Rob, for folks in the audience who are not yet familiar with USCI, can you tell us a little bit about who they are and what they do?
Sure. USCI is the acronym for U.S. Career Institute. We are a 40-year-old accredited online educator that specializes in allied healthcare training. We assist 10,000 to 15,000 people a year with entering the healthcare space as a career option. And we do that through a variety of different means. Often it's out of need for workforce development on my side of the equation, and on other sides of the equation, it's people like you and I raising their hand and saying, hey, I've always wanted to be in healthcare and I got to find a way in. And so we've been doing this, again, USCI is a 40-year-old institution.
So, clean freaks, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. You're probably putting the pieces together already, but I'm going to just completely paint the picture, then let Rob kind of fill in the gaps here. As you know, you look around, just like Rob said, it's not a surprise in our industry today that we have systemic staffing challenges and shortages. We actually just published a poll a couple of weeks ago now. Over 60% of y'all today have a higher vacancy rate of 3 or more folks with empty roles. And I did the math, that's hundreds and thousands of trays not getting processed, or potentially getting processed under duress and stress because you're so short-staffed and you're so burned out. What's the solution? There's a lot of answers to this question, but we believe at Beyond Clean that one of the primary solutions is providing educational resources, and particularly training to your sterile processing team at a system-wide level. And so because of that, we are excited to announce today a collaboration between Beyond Clean and USCI for a brand new sterile processing training program. Rob, can you give the details for what this practically means for sterile processing managers, directors, operating room directors, and even frontline technicians who are watching this and like, I need to go and share this video today with my manager? What does this mean, and how can it help the average health system out there?
Very good. Well, the first thing is, how are we getting talent to develop on your team, and how are we attracting talent? And in today's marketplace, it is not a mystery for healthcare employers. It's beyond wage at this point. They need to offer an environment that is conducive to people learning and developing. As weird as that is to say, I'm from an older generation. Prior to today, it was, hey, you learned your trade and you came in and great, and you invest in yourself. It is very different today. Healthcare systems, and specifically sterile processing departments, and the talent acquisition team that's behind them, really need to take into consideration developing talent and investing in that talent. It's not a huge investment, actually. It's for dollar, the amount of staff that you gain and the knowledge that they gain is going to far outweigh the modicum of investment that they put into this kind of education. And what that means ultimately is, one of the things that you pointed out is, your staff isn't burning out. Your trays are getting done. People can do this crazy thing called take a vacation and not have to worry because you have a knowledgeable staff that you can rely on the talent acquisition side. And so that's an HR function often where the sterile processing managers go and they say, hey, I need people. They are so overwhelmed in that talent acquisition HR side. Some of what we do is taking that burden and helping them with that, right? That's not, they don't actually pay for that. We're educators, right? We want to help people get educated. But to your point, in some of our discussions is, how do we add value? And one of the things I learned a few years back is, we need to help these organizations and their different components, talent acquisition and sterile processing managers, identify really who's a good candidate. So we take that burden from you, and that's just part of what we do.
Right. Yeah, that point about the talent acquisition team struggling to connect the dots between what is that candidate, or where are these candidates, and competitively competing in the market space to get those candidates' attention to come, because they got a lot of options today because everyone's short-staffed. They can go anywhere. Why do they come to your department? And that's the challenge that across the industry a lot of sterile processing managers and directors are trying to solve. On the HR talent acquisition side, they're also trying to solve, but they're not just trying to solve for sterile processing today. They're trying to solve for all of these clinical positions, and so they're really stretched thin, just as thin as we are in sterile processing. I can guarantee you there's vacancies on the talent acquisition, on the recruiting side of things as well. How do you solve for that? We're super excited about this new partnership with USCI and Beyond Clean to provide targeted sterile processing insight and support around recruiting, training, and retaining the highest performing technicians in the country for your health system. So Rob, I know the URL for this is educate.beyondclean.net/USCI. And if you go to that webpage, folks, you can put in your information. Then Rob himself will reach out to you and get connected to you and your talent acquisition team and your recruiting team to lay out the plan, the strategy, the how-to, the what next of beginning to fill your pipelines, get that recruiting process and the training process started ASAP so that you can begin getting up to that full staffing level that everyone in our industry wants and that our patients really truly deserve. We're pumped to make this national announcement today, and stay tuned to Beyond Clean. You're going to see a lot of other information about this in the coming days and weeks. And if you have any questions specifically for Rob, you can track him down on LinkedIn. Just look him up under his name, Rob Firstman. And if you had any questions on the Beyond Clean side of things about what does this actually mean and how does it interface with everything that Beyond Clean is doing, I'd be happy to answer those as well. You can track me down at hank@beyondclean.net. And until next time, keep fighting dirty and enjoy the rest of this first annual Beyond Clean Day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.